And let's go. Alright, this will be the tournament to decide who is the representative for Korea. We're going to see exactly what the plays are going to bring us. Let us see and analyze. I'll turn the sounds on to a certain degree. We might hear the casters. I don't know if you guys want that here or nay. But we do want some sounds, right? Some sounds. It's fine. So now what we need to analyze here is the item picks. Like, the item picks are the most important factor, to be honest. Because it decides how the game goes. So how many people are at what? I see a lot of people have swords, like a rod and a tier, right? Tiers can allow like mechs, hand and justice attacks to happen. Rod can allow probably like a early space pirate or like a demolitionist, like a rebel demolitionist start to happen too. Swords are usually used for Sabaneru. Surprised they're not gonna go for bows and like crit items. We'll see how this goes. Let's raise the quality of the video too if you can. Alright. Tier swords and a bows and a crit item. Surprised how contested swords are. I do enjoy like a swords to go for because the blaster, the giant slayer, the blade master, cybernetic potential. So it is understandable. But recently I did take a swirl towards like a crit items because the importance of Lost Whispers against like a Vanguard's early game if your opponents do go for Vanguards. I used to pick swords up until like 2-3 weeks ago when going for Sabnex, but not that recently because I enjoy going for Zycops more than I used to. And I feel the utility behind crit items in general. The crit items provide a lot of utility for a build so you can play more flexibly than forced into one particular direction compared to a sword. That's how it goes. Early Zion, nice start. Good potential. I will make the voices very small so I just want to hear the game sounds, to be honest. That's what I want to hear the most. Yes, Zycoms have really good win rates, that is correct. The situation looks good for Bebe so far. The only downside to a Zycomp in this galaxy, this is a force of nature galaxy, right? Is that they're going to take a lot of damage if you don't get lucky optimizations. Cybernetics could be better. We'll see. We'll see. It's a galaxy trait too to consider before you design your build. You have to be very, very, very careful. Currently, Kongajer with a rod chainmail start. He probably cloak start. I mean, he probably wants to go for space powers at the start, and he did get the Darius in the end, which is very nice. We shall see how this continues. Actually, no. Let's change Streamlabs OBS. But this, I will be up here. Put this up here. Aight. Let's go. Alright, put this down here. Let's see how this goes. No graves. Well, probably don't go for Battlecast in this case scenario. If you go for Battlecast with these optimizations, you're gonna get wrecked. So he probably just wants to build in space parts. Look, this is what? Hextech, Gunblade, and Psionics, right? You can go for a Darius carry, that should get in the top 4. Great optimizations. Let's just turn off the sounds in total. The cast is a bit loud. Hextech Gunblade on Darius is good too. He can go for Hextech Gunblade on Darius. I would have put the Ionics on a different card because I like leaving the slot open for the Ionics to a different champion, if possible. Top left above synergies. All right. I don't like filling a Darius item slot with an Ionic. It feels like a waste. You need 3 items on Darius for Darius to be carry. If you're gonna put Ionics on Darius, it means you're gonna sell them later on. That's what it means. You sell the Darius if you're going to give him 2 items at best. You can't go for Darius 3-star in that case. He doesn't make the Hextech Gunblade though. Guess he doesn't care about Hextech. Hextech's really good. I am so small. Yes, sir. I am very, very small. No graves yet. He wants to find graves the most because he has Sabinets and Blasters. Opponents are very interesting so far, I have to say. This is Manjisong at the moment we're currently watching. He has a Tier belt and a close start. GG. At a tournament scene. He needs to get a lot of good items from the future creep rounds in order to win the game. It means that he's gonna take a lot of damage early mid game as well too, so he is not in a good situation whatsoever. Opponent has some really funky items, like he has rabbit dance into Zrots. I don't know if I like that too much, to be honest. A rabbit dance into Zrots, no idea. Twist of Fate. He can just go for a protector build, use Jarvan as a main tank, buy time, put all the units in the back, and win the game that way. I really don't like that Rabadon's and Ash choice. It's probably better on different carries in the end, but we'll see. This one has a sword, a tier, and a cloak. For some reason he's buying Zeds. I don't think he needs to go for Zeds in this count whatsoever. Looks like, what does this count look like? Anything is possible with that composition, but everything's kind of bad too. We're looking at Bebe's board at the moment. He's going for Xayah Tech, good choice. The only downside to this is the fact that he might not get DPS atomizations, but it could be fine. Never go for Shiv on Xayah at the moment. Well, you could go for a Shiv Xayah Tech, but that's more of a top 4, top 5, 6-ish placement-ish build to the end. And you do want to get first place in these type of tourneys. First place is the most important, like a prize to go for. We are looking at Dutu's board at the moment. He has a sword start. Does that mean he wants to go for something like Blasterinos? Most likely Blasterinos, but we'll see. Oh, a Vayne with the crit item. That is a godsend from Cybernetic players at the moment. Now, that is bad for the players that do need DPS items like the Xayah player, like early on, because it will be contested. But oh no, the Xayah player actually takes the crit item. That is very nice. It means that he can just commit to Xayah combo. There's no downside in that in a particular sense. This item, like I said, is quite interesting. You can't track everybody. You gotta track your favorite, like a player at the moment. What did Dutu go for? He has a sword tier and a bow. He's gonna go for blasters. We are looking at 2Bomb's war at the moment. He has a battle cast in this galaxy. Well, the good thing about Battlecast in this galaxy is that you're going to be offered like Force of Nature to add more synergies, whether it be Mystics, Brawlers, or Blasters along the way too. But the bad thing about this is that it's ridiculously risky to go for Battlecast in a galaxy that's not guaranteeing you a Battlecast spatula. So the odds of you not finding the 6 Battlecast synergy will be higher than normal. It'll be a very risky gamble. Unlikely to happen, I mean. And if you don't find 6 Battlecasts with all the 3 stars, it's really hard to get top 2 with Battlecast in the end. So he is playing a very dangerous game, which I would never recommend in a tournament scene. Let's see how that goes. We are looking at a Zibagan at the moment. Currently Zibagan is an Astro Sniper potential take. He's also considering Mex along the way too, so he might just throw away the Astros. Makes sense. Gomga Jerry going for. Ooh, I don't like this. No. Rabadon's is much better. I mean, not Rabadon's. Like Hextech Gunblade is much better than this like a potential. The reason why I did that is because he's considering Guardian Angels, but I do prefer Hextech into like a different atomization choice for the Rod if possible for the Darius. Then you can use that to win streak, and then you can transition something else along the way, which I would much more prefer. But we shall see how this like turns into. Let us see how this goes. Ooh, these blasters. Why are there so many people wanting to go for blasters? Are blasters like a pro meta or something right now? Darius doing good work. Honestly, the 2 stars I recommend the most is Xayah and Darius thoughts. Those 2 are ridiculously good. Darius a bit tricky, but still very nice regardless. Wow, are they really considering like a blaster transition? There's a lot of brawlers on this side. Like a lot of brawlers. Wonder what build he wants to go for. Blasters are strong if you have blaster itemizations into good upgrades. He does not have appropriate blaster itemizations, and the build's gonna fall off late game too. Blasters are not a. Blasters aren't really like a first place tech unless you hire ridiculously hard. See, if he saved the, if he didn't make Rabadons, he could have gone for Hexter Gunblade into Jewel Gauntlet. That would have been better. But he's going for Guardian Angel Tech instead, and that's just as good too, so no need to worry about that. Bebe currently in a good situation to go for Zaya Text at the moment. He's actually rolling early on to make sure he doesn't take too much damage. This is a good strat to do in this galaxy. This is a Force of Nature galaxy, right? So if you do it like this, you'll be able to save a lot of HP during the early mid game, and then you can just eco back up like later on anyways too. You also have higher odds of finding the carries of your choice. Nice. Nice. Rakans can go 2 for... Wait, how many Fioras does he have? He only has 4 Fioras, right? No. He's gonna sell Rakan for Fiora. It's worth it. Roll once more. He can sell the other Rakan too, and he can roll once more too. Makes sense. But good choice. He has the Zaya ready with the Nikos, anyways. So if he just keeps rolling for all the 3 stars, he can save a lot of HP, eco back up, and go for level 9 in that sense with a win streak. It's something you can do when your items aren't optimized and you're worried about taking too much damage from your opponents, because this is the Force of Nature galaxy. So rolling all your gold in here is a good choice and a good strategy. It is a good decision to make in this particular scenario. Fiora, one more Fiora, nice. Roll. He's gonna roll until he finds it. Why is it 888? No, not yet. No. Actually, no, he needs to wait. He needs to be patient. He needs to find the other ones first and then use it on one he doesn't find. Zaya is more like more of a late game strat anyways. It's a late game comp. He can afford to do this. But he does have a lot of upgrades. Like everything on his board is upgraded, right? That means he's in a good spot. The only issue right now is his itemization, so he needs to get good items, which he probably will because he does have priority in the lobby. Syndra and Twisted Fate. Wow, these upgrades out of nowhere. Pendarang Norja is actually in a really good spot. He just needs one more tier to be really strong. He has the appropriate itemizations for a Star Guardian, Comptos Ross for the front line for Nikos, and he has the appropriate itemization for Syndra coming soon if he just gets one more tier. Oof. The other players need to make sure he doesn't get that tier of his. He will be a monster and they will take a lot of damage. Vanguard Mystics? Oh no, you don't want to go for Vanguard Mystics in this game. Vanguard Mystics also are not a first place tactic, they're more of a top 4 strat too, in the end. Of course with the exception of ridiculously high rolling, while your opponent's low roll. So I don't know about going for Vanguard Mystics here. It's a very old strat. By old I mean outdated. Shouldn't match the contemporary meta. We'll see though, we'll see. Oh, a lot of DPS items for the for maybe the potential cybernetics or Zap players. Is there only one? Wait, is there not a single cybernetic player actually? I guess not. Okay. I wonder if there's mech players too. Ooh, don't do so. Oh. Poor first place guy. He is not offered a single tier in the cursor. He probably wants that belt instead. Krita is fine too. What is the TLC for the... What's the TLC? Which sponsor? What's TLC? Ah, Doo is our fine cybernetic player. Items are Hand and Justice, Giant Slayer rep buff. Those items are kind of bad. I personally don't enjoy. Ooh, all 3 stars here. I personally don't enjoy going for red buff in cybernetic comps. I think they're a waste of items. I'd rather use the components to get the other cybernetic buffs instead. TLC? Oh, you're right. What could this be? Ah, you're right. It should be a company, but no idea what this is. Who's the sponsor behind this tournament? Now think about it. TLC. Yeah, Twitch Africa Inven. It's not Inven either. What's TLC? Now think about it. You're right. Tender Love and Care XT. We'll have to see. No, 2 Jinzo. Alright, if he finds the Teemos, I guess he has a chance. Finding Teemos and Jins are so hard though, to be honest. Find Teemo, engines, and those items. Right now, Bebe is looking the best. The Bebe and Pendarang Norja and Gonga Jerry looks really good. We'll have to see though. Bebe is in a really good spot right now. He's gonna get in top 3, most likely. Doo currently getting countered by 4 Vanguard tech. Sabonets don't do that well against 4 Vanguards, especially since Doo does not have Last Whispers too. Oh, Sibagyan currently going for 4 Vanguards, 2 Mystics, and 3 Astros at the moment. He used every single money. Wow, not good. It's not a good spot to be in, but let's see. If you roll like this, it means you want to keep on rolling because if you eke up, you're going to just keep falling behind your opponent. So you got to make sure you roll to find your upgrades. If you're behind on economy, you have to play desperately, unfortunately. Oh, a tier found. 2 tiers found. Wow. Tier and a Hand of Justice. Good. A blue buff and Hand of Justice can also go on Teemo 2 if he wants to. His frontline items are pretty nice. Ionics into Shroud. So his item RNG is not that bad whatsoever. He's thinking about it. 2 bomb currently going for the battle cast strat. I still don't like this. Sabones do well against this. Zad does well against this anyways. He also does not have Rune Hands Hurricane too, so he's not fully itemized either. I do not like his current situation whatsoever. This one is going for mechs. He does not have a blue buff. He does have mech tank itemizations too, but it is mechs in the end, and mechs by themselves are pretty strong. Hextech Gunblade. Hextech Gunblade! Victor was a fine target too. He needs some 2 stars too in the end. No, his situation isn't really good because of itemizations. He's offered too many rods. Way too many rods. Like, it's nice to be offered, like, rods to a certain degree, but if you're offered too many steam, especially this guy's suddenly in a really horrible situation from ridiculously good. Because why? He's offered 3 swords, and we can just see it in his expression, like, oh my god, like, I went for swords and I'm offered 3 swords? Oh man, dude, this game, bro. Like, we can just see it in his expression right now, right? Everybody would feel that. Dude, I'm playing a tournament right now, game. I cannot be offered 3 swords while going for sworks. That is what he is thinking at the moment. Death plays Cinder, right? Alright, Giant Slayer on Jibo at the moment. He also has another sword that's ridiculously good. You can just put the sword onto Zed too if you had to, but I guess he's playing safe. Jibobe's gonna win this game, most likely. Everybody else is low rolling either items or upgrades. Like, everybody else is weak. Like, that's how it's going on. So he's gonna keep maintaining win streak. He's gonna eco back up to 50 gold. The only issue with Jibobe is that he used all his gold early, so hitting level 9 will take a long time. But he's probably gonna win this. Level up. Now he needs to decide what synergy he wants to add in after this. He also doesn't need to level up too, because like he's gonna win anyways, to be honest. I like putting swords on Zaz because having that extra plus 15 attack value is actually really huge, especially since synergize with Johnson and so on. So I don't think swords on Zaz is a waste whatsoever. Victor Gongajer hit level 8 and rolled to find a 2-star if he could. He also has 4 infiltrators. Don't like the build. I don't like the itemization. I don't like the build either. I do not enjoy going for mix without tiers whatsoever because Victor's not really that strong without a blue buff. But he wasn't offered much Darius either, so I guess he didn't really have much of a choice. But in the end, mechs are strong. I love the idea that he's using Riven right here. This is kind of genius. Like transitioning the items from Darius into Riven and using that to his advantage, right? 3,000 like a damage by itself. That alone won the fight there. Good play. Great decision making. TFT League Championship. That makes sense. Tier rod sword. Okay, a lot of tiers for the players, especially the one that I'm going for Star Guardian. Depending on Norja, would appreciate the tier a lot. Probably goes for double Shoshin. Double Shoshin sounds much better. Since you want to use your swords too, you don't want those to be dead items. Deathblade is a completely dead item this comp. Oh, Hextech Gunblade, good choice. That's actually a good idea too. I like that idea. Like, you don't need to force blue buff always anyways. So now this guy's gonna slowly level up to 8 and see what he can do afterwards. Alright. Gunblade. Infiltrator talons. Hand justice. I don't like his item choices. I feel like he could be so much stronger with different itemizations. But it is a cyberkinetic comp at the moment, so it is a good spot for him. But I really do not like the itemization choices. I would prefer a double Giant Slayer into IE. I think that's much better. Red buff is not a mid item. It's a non-mid item for sure. Like, it's nice because it does damage early mid game, and it prevents some healing to a degree, but I do not enjoy going for that buff. Right now, it's all about burst damage. It's a burst meta. Infiltrator Talons means that he wants to go for Aurelia as semi-carry. That's what it means. Chrono Synergy is better to utilize at the moment too. You want burst damage on cybernetics. That's why cybernetics are strong, because they just burst down the opponents really fast. And whether it's Lucian or Vayne, if you just give them 3 proper DPS items like Giant Slayer, Last Whisper IE, Giant Slayer like a Mai, then they just melt everything instantly, like without giving them a chance to make a comeback. That's how it goes. Like, it just insta bursts them down. While Red Buff is more like a sustainable damage to a certain sense, so it is limited to that degree. I would never recommend going for this particular build with these itemizations. Especially since it's a tourney scene. Like, if it's just any game, then like it's a horrible choice. No, it is a horrible choice because you're not considering opportunity cost. You gotta consider opportunity cost. These items aren't free. You can't just make an item without losing anything. You lose 2 components for that, and that's also like other like alternatives. You could have made Redemption, for example, on the front line that can counter Source to a degree, and Mex because it prevents his team from getting bursted down too. It is a horrible item choice. Let's see. But that is. A lot of people are close to the ideal item set, but they are not, like perfectly set up. We'll see exactly how it continues. These creep rounds, this last creep rounds will be the most important factor in deciding what's gonna happen. Bloodthirster, great. Oh, 2 Bloodthirsters, even better. So he's probably gonna make Bloodthirster, or he can make Dragon Claw too if he felt like you need more like a MMR value. Probably Negatory. A Bloodthirster should be good enough. He's gonna roll down, find that Jin 2-star. That juicy Jin is importante. Dude currently rolling down so he can find Irelia, 2-star, Echo. He's stuck at level 8. He can't do better than that. He's not looking for Vayne. Wait. What? Wait, he's not buying Leona's veins or... Wait, what? No, that's not how this count goes. Wait, he put Infiltrator Talons on Israel. Well, I guess Israel's safe over there. Oh, it's a new thing? There's a build like that? There's a 6 Chronos Cyber Irelia carry? What is that? Sounds like some... Wait, it's a real build? Is that a real build, or is this some sort of like experimental troll comp? Right? It's a real build. I don't know what this build is. Mana first. Oh, he wants to go for 6 Chronos. What the? I'm playing Korean server in a while, so I don't know what this build is. Let's see. Shen, Wukong for stun. No Vanguards. No. He has Brawlers, I guess. This looks a lot like the Israel 3-star composition that we went for, like we went for at the start of the patch, right? But a worse variation because it doesn't go for 3 stars. This comp looks horrible to me. No damage, no tank value. Okay. Looks like a throw to me, to be honest. I hope it doesn't sound mean, but that looks like a throw, right? Because it's a... This is like a world tourney, right? And I don't know what that comp is, like, but it looks horrible. It looks ridiculously bad, like really bad, right? So, I don't know. No, the build itself is just not good. That's a problem. Like, even if he high rolled the perfect composition, I don't think he would have done well unless he maybe 3-starred everything. Like, isn't that variation better? Like, just going for, you know, the variation we went for at the beginning of the game, right? Oh no, this attorney scene, like... I guess he succeeded with the build before he started playing, but I don't know, that build, like, to me looks horrible. Like, it looks ridiculously bad. It would only work if the opponents are really weak, right? Let's think about that. It might show up in future games too. So we'll see. It's really hard to judge in one game. Yeah, I think an ordinary Cybernetic build would have done a bit better than that, but we'll see. Too early to judge because you never know what plans they have. I also don't like the itemization choices here too. These items aren't really that optimal either. LOL chest builds. Blech. That's like Reddit builds, my god. I remember the last time Reddit recommended a build on Dota Underlords. It was horrible. Blech. Those aren't real builds, guys, right? Builds on sites are not real builds. This one is struggling because he currently does not have 2 Force Natures. He currently doesn't have the blue buff potential at the moment. Hextech Gunblade's on Nocturne? Why is Hextech Gunblade on Nocturne? Hextech Gunblade is much better on the mech if you're gonna give it to someone. 4 Mystics. I guess he wants to give 4 Mystics. No, that Nocturne should not have Hextech Gunblade. Why does the Hextech Gunblade... Why is that thing on Nocturne? No. It should be either on Victor or it should be on... The Guardian Angel should be on the mech, and the Hextech Gunblade should be on Victor. This is weird. This is very strange, guys. Very strange. Oh, nice. But it's still working. Good. Ah, lack of sleep does do that to people. That is correct. Lack of sleep, being tired, does make decision-making process a bit harder. I do know that through experience. GALAXIES also not recommended to go for. You just don't go for these. You're not supposed to go for these comps in tourney scenes. Like, they're not composition you're supposed to go for. He wants to find Urgot, but could not. Very hard to find one. Woof! That plays out. And the Xayah player will kill the Battlecast player, just as we expected 3 stages ago. We expected this to happen at stage 2, right? He's going to get destroyed by Xayahs or the Cybernetic guy. Cybernetic guy got destroyed first, unfortunately. So as we expected, Battlecast did not do well. It's not a surprise. It's supposed to do bad in this galaxy. There was no surprise that the Battlecast player got like 7th. See, guys, it's really important to remember how important meta builds are, like in these tourney scenes, right? Some weird Chrono comp 8th place, Battlecast comp 7th place, right? And now the rest are fighting for like a 6th to like a 1st, right? In a certain sense. That's why it's really important to know, like, to know exactly what the meta builds are and how to utilize that. That's how it goes. If you build non-meta comps, force it. The only situation you win is if you high roll like crazy. You gotta high roll really hard to win, but that does not happen every game. Like every now and ranked, you can high roll and win through a game through some like shenanigans, but you should never try to go for that route in the tourney scene, regardless, because it is far too riskier than the meta comps in general, and it is very weak. Non-meta comps are more conditional to win with. This one is going for a very interesting Darkstar composition. He made Deathblade over the Bloodthirster. Understandable. Also a good choice. 6 Darkstars. His Zeroth can actually do a lot of damage. I prefer the Jarvan be near the Zeroth too, instead of so far away, because Jarvan can also have a chance to buff Zeroth, which is nice. The Zeroth does have Quicksilver, so it will be very tanky. This one still has the Hextech Gunblade onto the Nocturne. I guess there could be a tech that allows Nocturne to survive. Like, Hextech Gunblade heals the Nocturne, right? So, never mind, it got melted. Never mind. This opponent is very strong. Bam. Good. Me too. Ooh. I have no idea what Shibagyan was, but he went down too. So, these two went out, Gomga and Shibagyan. Gomga Jerry had unlucky itemizations, so his item orange was off, but he was a mid build in the end, so he got 5th place. I don't know what Shibagyan was, but I think he got unlucky early mid. His items were okay-ish, but I think he didn't find a lot of upgrades like early mid game, so he lost a lot of economy for that. So their meta comps, like 5th and 5th and 6th are meta comps with either bad items or bad upgrades, right? That's how it goes. Non-meta comps at the bottom, meta comps but unlucky meta comps at the bottom middle. Alright, at the top middle, meta comps but not perfect meta comps should die off next. He wants to corner Karma, that's why he's not cornering Janna. There's no reason to corner Janna. Syndra's doing good work. Can you take it down? Ah, but the Shaco assassinating. Oh, where'd the Shaco go? And next is Manjusong. I forgot what Manjusong was. Now we have a Darkstar player. Okay. A Xayah comp, and what was that comp? And an E-Girl comp, right? It could be anybody's game, we'll see. Probably the Xayah guy's gonna get 1st place. I don't think the Star Guardians can deal with the Xayah damage. Like, there's no Wormog, Bramblevest, Guardian Angel, Nico in the front. That's the thing. There's no super tank Nico in the front to carry the game, so it is going to be limited in that sense.
87 Master.
Mocha 252 with the 3-month sub. Thank you very much, man. Hope you have a fine day. Darkstar's still doing well though. Yep. So most likely the Zaya play gank first. It's really hard to lose with Zaya in that hard case scenario. Blade Masteru, Water Magus, right? Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is godlike good in this lobby right now. Dragon Claw is really good. Water Mog's good too. Water Mogs is fine too. It can also be used against the dark side player. The Dragon Claw prevents a lot of damage from the opponent's Syndra, which is nice. Especially if the Jarvan soul lacks 1 itemizations. The Jarvan can also be near unkillable, or the Fiora. A Chalice for mana onto the Urgato-kun. He needs to decide what he wants to pull with the Urgato-kun. That is very, 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 very importante. Right? Very, very importante. Nice moves. He moved it fast. Shroud. On the Zeroth, interesting. Now the Zaya player should shred this one by one. Oh! Oh! Oh no, couldn't shred! The Nico actually survived. The Zaya got like ulted to a certain degree by Jeanne. Oh, Star Guardian composition coming back with a punch. Horror became third there. Alright, now it's gonna be Star Guardians versus like Star Guardians versus the Zaka 1v1 at the moment. It is very important to position properly in a way that the Zaya will be safe and sound. He wants to put in Mystic Series to make sure that his units don't die too fast. That's why I recommended Dragon Claw earlier on. Dragon Claw would have saved a lot more HP, in my opinion. It would have bought a lot more time. But I guess the Jarvan's fully itemized, so it does feel a bit awkward, I have to say. Ooh, that space is open. Zeroth is gonna die first though. That's kind of big. Because Zeroth's also damaged like a carry too. Janna is doing well. Oh, but that's Stun Valley right there. Can the Zaya player do it? The Fiora is still alive. And the ult goes off. And GG. He did it. Good game. And the first place composition is the one that high rolls in composition in the end. Never forget how these things goes, guys. These things goes. The games follow a very fixed set of logic, right? Everything is just expected to go for at a certain level. Those who decide to go for non-meta comps or have no choice to go for like meta compositions get a 7th. Those who fail to find itemizations or upgrades get 5th or 6th. Those who find meta comps but you know are like whatever, not really too strong, get like 4th or 3rd. And those who did find meta comps, had a really good streak early on and has appropriate itemizations, get 1st or 2nd. The difference between 1st and 2nd is positioning, item RNG, and you know the overall situation that can give the players an advantage. That's how it goes. The game follows a very fixed set of logic at the moment. That's why we need set 4.0, because you know the game's boring right now, right? Everything is just expectable, like what's gonna happen before it happens. I do not recommend the meta game state at the moment, but it is the meta, so it's fair. Second game should be, oh, what's that? Alright, now let's go for the next game. Alright. What is that link, Kolkang? I do not know what that link is. So let's go for game number 2 now. Check what itemizations they go for first, guys. That's the most important thing when analyzing other players' playstyles, alright? You see that they can go for bows, swords, and tiers first, right? Bows and swords for Cybernetics Blade Masters, alright? Cybernetic Blade Masters. You link the game start. Oh, that's so sweet of you. But it's fine, I can do it. Tier is for Star Guardian, Astro Snipers, and Amekorunis. Alright, we are currently playing the reroll Galaxy where you're offering like upgrades, which is pretty nice. It is generally recommended to go for 3 stars, whatever it may be. Darius, Jace, Zaya, Lucian, alright, Nico, whatever you can get your hands on, because your opponents will have 3 stars and you can't beat them later on. If you only just go for a bunch of 2 stars, I guarantee you will lose value during late game if you want to get first place. What is this? So far, no spectacular starts at the moment. I do not enjoy these traditional beer starts, Bappies, Twisted Fates, and so on. What languages do I speak? I speak Klingon. Let's see. Tier starts. We are going to analyze and see if there's anything interesting to comment on. That's a start that's quite tricky along the way too. It will be the chainmail, belt, and a tier start. That does tempt an individual to go for ship rep buff as a start if you're offered a Kog'Maw, but it could also be a very, very big bait. We'll see. Roll. He could consider going for blasters, battlecast blasters with this itemization setup start, but could be dangerous. We'll see about that too. Now this Galaxy is a bit better for battlecast because it's much easier to find your 3 stars along the way. That's why. But he doesn't have a Kog'Maw, so there's no reason to force that whatsoever. Sword, and a tier start. Ew. Now, instead of just slamming Deathblade early, it's much more recommended to save those swords for other optimizations. There are 2 items that you need to be very careful when making. One, number Unarino is a Deathblade, number Ducerino is Rabadon side. Those 2 items are really dangerous to make sometimes because of the odds of those itemizations being very detrimental to building your endgame comp, because utility items like Hextech Gunblade, Ionics can be much better than the extra damage from Rabadons. You have to be very, 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 very careful about it. Korean qualifiers should be the most professional. We use an offline location, a real studio with professional employees to make the game happen. Currently, there are 2 Xayah wannabes in the game. One is Konga Jerry, second one is Manjasong. Up to 2 Xayah players, it is possible, and people will want to go for Xayah composition. Why? Because they're just so easy to get first place with, to a sense. So let's see if it's going to work out well for them. Now, the issue with this composition is that if it's contested, the odds of you finding 3 stars do lower, and you do need 3 stars. You need Xayah, Jarvan, and Fiora to get first place, not just one or the other. I think he's going to force it. Let's see how it works out for them. We're looking at Dudu's board at the moment, and finally a build that we can relate to. This is a fine build. I like it. Save the sword for Hextech Gunblade, and he has a space pirate composition potentially ready. He's not going to think of anything weird like Battlecast. He's probably just going to go for the level, add in 2 Graves. Maybe he can go for a Graves 3 star as a supporter. I do prefer using Jace 2 star in these composition usual, but you can just replace the Jace 2 star and go for a Graves 3 star instead too. Now we're going to see some pirate action, pirate versus pirate. Bebe currently has itemization set up for cybernetics, so he's probably just going to go for a cybernetic composition. A good idea. You do not go for 4 pirates in a game you want to win. 4 pirates is a game you want to play after drinking a lot of alcohol, alright? And when you just want to sing around and fool out with some friends, that's when you want to go for 4 space pirates, right? You do not go for those in real tournaments. Let's see. Here he does have the Jace already. He sells the Jace because he doesn't want to waste any economy on Darius. Understandable. He's actually offered a lot of brawlers as a front line. I think he can consider going for a blaster composition too. It's not really that bad. I'll definitely drink a lot of that. What? I say as I see. Ebby currently has a Sork Vanguard start, a very old build. Don't really recommend builds like this nowadays. It's much better to transition to either Mix or Space Pirates, one or the other along the way. As I always say, the 2 main builds right now, to be honest, that I go for is Darius or Zaya. Those two are really consistent to go for. And we're actually seeing a lot of those. There's like 3 Darius players and like 2 Zaya players in this lobby, right? It's just because of how strong those builds are that they show in these particular aspects, right? Cassiopeia, not playable at the moment. Cassiopeia. Do not go for the Cassiopeia. She is no longer on meta. People found better stuff. These items. There's a bit of this and that. Nobody took a tier. It means nobody wants to go for a tier composition. I do also despise tier comps. Finding 2 tiers is really hard. Finding 2 of anything is really hard in this game. So I really hate like a mech comps and like Astro Sniper comps just for that reason, because of how hard it is to find 2 tiers. Out of fine Pendarang Norja decides to go for a battle cast as we initially analyzed that he could go for that. It's so key in this galaxy because the odds of him finding 3 stars is fairly high. The only downside is that finding special is so ridiculously hard, so he would need to, after finding his 3 stars fast, he would need to level to 8 and add in the 6 battle cast manually by Urgatu-kun. That is the idea. Our fine Tupam here is going for Saipa Net 2's a proper build. I don't really know if making Deathblade is, you know, the best choice, because making Deathblade means you're skipping out on Infinity Edge and Giant Slayer, or Infinity Edge, Giant Slayer. I personally enjoy Infinity Edge, Giant Slayer the most in this particular meta, because of all the players going for mix, but, you know, Deathblade by itself is a really good item, but I just feel like it's limited in Salmon X. I think Deathblade is good with Zaya, where Zaya can just guarantee a kill no matter what unit it is. But on Lucian, I feel like Lucian could lack damage to a certain degree, which is my main concern. We'll see about that. You don't need Master E's or Yasuo's this early unless you're gonna go for Yasuo 3-star or something like that. So never waste economy on 2 and 3 costs that you don't need. If you're looking for a Zaya composition, guys, get Zaya 3-star, get Jarvan 3-star first, then you focus on other costs, because it'll take forever to put those units in to the board whatsoever. Do not waste any economy on those. Alright. Swipe. Good job, Zaya. The opponent's cybernetics is much more stronger at the moment. Takes the enemy down. Good play. The opponent also found an Ashe 2-star. I don't know if Ashe is worth it, because if you see the guy, he has 0 gold, right? Ashe costs 9 gold to make. So I would prefer just putting a Caitlyn 1-star in over an Ashe 2-star, just to save that like amount of like gold to a degree, because Ashe isn't really that strong at saving HP. Roll once. He's finding a lot of Fioras. That's good for him. He needs to sell everything that he can. Xin Zhao and Caitlyn to hit 30 gold interest marks. He doesn't need that anyways. As I said, I don't like this. No Jhin, no like a Yasuo, no Master E. I don't think it's a good play, because he's gonna waste a lot of economy on those. It's not worth it. It's never worth it. It could be worth it if he wants to go for a Master E 3-star composition, but I don't think he's gonna go for these. Do not hold on to Master E's, and do not hold. Ooh, unlucky. Do not hold on to Master E's, and do not hold on to like Yasuo so early on. They're unnecessary attachments. They're just gonna eat up your economy. I'm pretty sure he'd be at like a 30 next round if he didn't do that. Yasuo is quite fine though. Take out the shit for it, I guess. And as I said, I prefer a Caitlyn 1-star. Maybe he wasn't offered Caitlyn, that's why he did that, but Ashe is not worth the economy. You do not want to waste that much gold on Ashe. Oh, all-inning early. I definitely don't like that. That's... He's not going to get Zaya 3-star. No. He's 100% not going to get Zaya 3-star. And the odds of it in finding is just so low too. Oh no. Now he's at 0 gold. He's stuck. He's not going to get much stronger. The reason why I really hate this play is because, number one, he's not going to get stronger immediately. The reason why you all in is to get stronger immediately, save HP right now. That's the reason why I do it. And number two, Zaya comps aren't really an auto get first place. just because you find a three stars like Fiora, Zaya, and like a Jarvan. You also need to level up and add a lot of extra synergies too. So if he does that this fast, well, yeah, he can maybe find Jarvan and Fiora a bit earlier, but he's gonna fall off late game. He's definitely gonna fall off late game. And if he doesn't find the 3 stars in time, he's gonna take a lot of extra damage too, falling even more behind. So I say too risky, too unnecessarily risky. I feel like he didn't need to do that. I prefer his situation. This one's much more better. Like where you slowly roll for your upgrades because you have still a lot of HP. Your items are quite nice. So it is better to chill. The sad thing about the guy we just saw, the Balcast guy, bro, can you show me your board? Ionix is no, that's also really bad too, bro. No. You see this, guys? You do not make Ionix on Jarvan. You do not need Ionix in Zyacons whatsoever. It's better to save the rod for some other item, whatever it could be, like a pendant or anything. It's better than like an Ionix. Do not make Ionix in Blade Master comps. You don't go for Ionix in Blade Master comps, Zaya comps, or like Zaya comps or like Master Yi comps in general. Do not go for those. Not a good idea. So his board state is the same. His battle power is the same now, right now, right? But he just lost all his economy for that, like a particular like all in there. So he's gonna lose around how much gold? 7 stages to get full. He's gonna lose around 35 to 40 gold for that like all in, early all in, which is very, very dangerous. He had nice enough items to not take too much damage. Like he has IE, Last Whispers, everything is 2-star, right? So ecoing up to 50 and just slowly looking for outs would have been better in my opinion. I think that would have been a better play. Like if he had no Last Whispers, no IE, he's just really weak. He's so low on HP, and he's just dying right now. If he's in like Shiba against like position, then maybe. But with his HP, with his position, I don't really like all in like that. No. And it's too unlikely too because I think 3 people are going for Zaz in this game. Komga, Jerry, Manjesong, and like a Shibagian, right? So I don't like that early all in for sure. three Zaya players in the lobby, 2 cybernetic players, and what else? 3 others. 1 Battlecast player too. Maybe 2 blasters maybe. This guy's in a good spot. His composition is completely uncontested. The opponents are taking out all the other useless 1-cost units he doesn't need, like Zayas, Fioras, and Jarvans out of the pool. So right now, his situation is really, really good. The only downside to him is that currently number 1, no chance to get the Battlecast like a spatula, and number 2, China and Korea feel so bad. Get out of here, bro. Dude, get out and don't come back. Let's see. And you gotta know basic respect. Who are you to say something like that to 2 countries, right? Let's see. What else? I forgot my train of thought. Whoops, sorry guys. The itemizations on the Zaya players are quite awkward in this one, especially he has 3 crit itemizations. Oh, right. We're talking about the Battlecast guy. The Battlecast guy currently is not in that good of a situation because his itemizations aren't really that perfect. He's not going to get a Battlecast Spatula. 2, the odds are way too low. And he does not have Runaan's Hurricane on Kog'Maw. That's actually a really, really big factor. The idea of the perfect Battlecast composition that usually get 1st or 2nd place without a Battlecast Spatula is usually the situation when you have perfect itemizations on Kog'Maw. Perfect itemizations is Red Buff, Shiv, and Runaan's Hurricane. Especially Runaan's Hurricane is a big difference because a Kog'Maw 3-star with Runaan's does his percentage 10% like extra like a damage to 2 targets at once. So you actually can shred 2 targets at once just like Master Yi can. So it is a very important itemization to have if you are going to go for a 3-star in the end. So we'll see. Currently, Manjesong has really interesting itemizations. I don't like the fact that he made Quicksilvers. It's gonna lack damage if you make Quicksilvers to a degree. So hopefully he doesn't fight anybody too tanky. But I do enjoy the fact that he does have really good itemizations in the end, like IE, Last Whispers. If the last one was Giant Slayer, it'd be even better. But the last one is not Giant Slayer, but just like a random other itemization in the end. It would be slightly better. It will be slightly better. It seems Manjesong is the one who's gonna find all 3 though. Zad 3-star, Jarvan 3-star, and like a Fiora 3-star. It's gonna be him. I'm pretty sure the others can't. Odds are too low, right? Right now, Shibagian wants to find 1 more 2. He wants to find 1 more like Zaya so he can get it at the ready. Pendragon, I like his situation a lot. Pendragon Norjas. He also has a rod for a chance to get Battlecast Spatula too, which is nice. He doesn't have any Nocturnes though. Nocturne's also a very important factor. His win condition is Kog'Maw 3-star, I think. I think his win condition is Kog'Maw 3-star. He found almost everything else. So he's going to level up to 7, buy the Cassiopeia there, add in 4 Battlecast synergies, and then he's going to look for the Kog'Maw 3-star. That's how it goes. That's the appropriate play in this case scenario. Surprised he's not buying Cassiopeia though. Does he just want to delay it for now? Or he could find it later too. Like, there's plenty of Battlecast in the pool anyways. There you see, started coming for Doodoo, but ew, a Morello Nomicons. What's that thing doing there? I much prefer the Hextech Gunblade over Guardian Angels for those who play Darius's. Like, I play both. The Hextech Gunblade is much more like a Utah in the end. Even if Darius survives from the Guardian Angels, he usually just dies off before he ults again. So I don't really recommend Guardian Angels and Darius too much. Another Darius, good. So he's gonna go for it. He really likes Chronos, doesn't it? Alright, Hextech Gunblade is nice. I really want to give this Hextech to this guy. It would be so much better. Another Guardian Angels. No, too little damage. If he goes for 2 GAs, he won't have any damage to take down the opponents. He should itemize Jace if he's gonna go for Darius 3 stars. Itemizing Jace is much better. Konga Jury going for a Blade Master transition. I like it. He went for Zayas first, but then he was like, oh man, Zayas are not showing up. You know what? I'm going to transition to Master E. And then he found a Master E in the end, right? He's also going for Zayas too. So he's going for Master E Zaya hybrid combination. And he actually has items for both. So I really like his transition in this game. He's playing really well. Master E, good. This is a really good transition. Good play. Man, that's a headache. One off of everything. It's stage 4, 1-2. This is a losing Zaka. You can't do anything about that. If you can't hit your upgrades, you can't do anything about that. Well, if he finds all of them, and if he finds one more bow, I guess that's a perfectly itemized 3-star composition, but no, that's too late. He's gonna be at least 3 to 4 levels behind everybody. Like a 1 or 2 level difference is coverable, but 3 level difference is too big. Bebe currently going for a Blaster comp. He rolled a lot at level 7. Surprised he's not near level 8. He rolled a lot actually. Don't think he needs to roll that much. He has a lot of HP. And I'm pretty sure his battle power didn't really change that much since he found Lucian 2-star. I don't like this. Too many GAs. Way too many GAs. No. You don't go for this many GAs. And he's also considering 4 space pirates. That's also a lost play too. No. You don't play like this during tournaments. No. Level 5043. It's over for him. He went for a composition, but he couldn't find it, so it's over at that point. It's not gonna go well, but he does have HP. We'll see how this goes. Eventually, there'll be a point where he just keeps on losing. With the items offered in this lobby so far, though, like if he just went for a Darius composition, I feel like he would have been much more stronger. Chalice is fine too. Chalice is really good with gameplay comps. Let us see how this goes. Hat? Is that a count card for hats? Interesting. He needs to make Zeke Cyril. He gave up. Nah, he gave up. Everybody would give up in that situation. Zeke Cyril. No, redemption. Redemption's fine. It's just far too unlucky. Oh, still alive though, okay. It's understandable. Of course, it's much more. It's nicer to see a player try his best to the end, but like, you know, that's just heartbreaking. So it's understandable. Oh, what is that? A Dark Star comp. This one's just missing a gameplay for its composition to be complete, but probably lacks damage. Oh, the comeback! Wait. He found both. He found Fiora and Zaya. He can make a comeback now. Surprised he went for a Quicksilver too. Everybody's going for Quicksilvers lately, aren't they? I personally don't enjoy going for Quicksilvers that much. Oh, a Zaya here as well too. He sold the other Zaya along the way. I think Gonga Jerry can transfer the items in Zaya to a different target too, like a Yasuo for example. That should be stronger. Oh, but Shibagi is now online, and he just needs to win every fight to get a better placement. All right, he can actually win for a while. That comp's not that weak whatsoever. He can win for a while for sure. Since it's impossible to get it's impossible at this point to get 6 Blade Masters because he can't hit level 8. So in this case, you want 2 Mystics. 2 Mystics. Right, 2 Mystics. Manjesong couldn't find Zaya. Ah, yes. That is what happens when 3 people go for the Zaya Thisars. Infiltrate Townsend, really a great transition from Gonga Jerry. Now, honestly, there's a huge HP difference between these 3 Zaya players, right? Number 1 Zaya player transitioned his composition to Blade Masters, Yasui Blade Masters, because he knew the odds of finding Zaya was too low. Number 2 just goes for Zaya comps because it's kind of awkward transition to anything else. So going for the Zaya composition seemed a bit better or stronger to go for. And number 3, another guy who just went for a Zaya comp because he felt it was awkward transition out. So we can just see what happened between these 3 players, right? The guy who transitioned to better comp, like doing well with good like HP. The guy who tried to force it, right, didn't find the upgrades, too delayed, took a lot of damage, has a very low HP. Same thing with the other guy that tried to force it too. It took too long to get the itemizations in units, so they're both low in levels, and they're also like a low in economy and HP as well too. That's how it usually goes. Surprisingly, Hand of Justice not on the Gangplank. Gangplank is a much better target for Hand of Justice right there. Monokai's can go out. Monokai's useless. Monokai's is useless, guys. You can sell Monokai's and put the other rolls on it. That is the correct choice. That is the correct play. Woo! He's farming items though. Nice rod. He actually got so many items instantly. Wow, I've never seen 2 items just show up like that instantly from the beginning. Wow, that's cool. Ah! One died. It's just that Aurelian Soul can't really benefit from the Actually, no, never mind. Aurelian Soul benefits pretty well. Never mind. XX. 4 Space Pirates. He went for 6 Chronos previous game, right? 6 Chronos into 4 Space Pirates. To be honest, like, it's fun to watch. It's a good thing in the perspective of the viewer, like, but too trollish. I think that's too trollish, though. To be completely honest. Like, it's really fun to watch, but like, these builds are just way too trollish and inconsistent. Never forget that these aren't like real comps in the end. I did not drop it. It was already dropped. Let's see. Yep, the Battlecast player is doing really well. He actually found a spatula too. Yaha, and everything 3-starred. He's the one who went for the completely uncontested composition. Got reward for it. His itemizations were quite awkward, but I guess enough to win the lobby. Good. The Zaya player cannot do well against this comp. Nope. The Zaya is too squishy, right? Ooh, wow, this guy's getting a lot of items. If the Space Pirate actually farms items like this might be good enough. He actually got over 4 components so far. Usually, even if you win fights like this, you don't really get components like that easily. But this guy's getting them like crazy. Oh, and he's gonna get a Force of Natures. That's really good. Ah, too far away. An item for Acel. Or a Thieves Gauntlet can find too. He's actually farming a lot of items. That's actually really good. He's farming items off of weaker opponents. That's what you want to do with Space Pirates. Usually it's rare for opponents to be that weak, but there were 3 people that forced... no, 2 people. 2 people that forced like a Blade Master, so they were very under upgrade under level 2. So they can't really deal with that much. Now we have our cybernetic player ready. Ah, he itemized... Oh man. Why did these guys keep itemizing Irelia? You don't itemize Irelia if you want to win games, guys. You itemize Vayne, you itemize Lucian, never Irelia. Itemizing Irelia is a losing play usually because it lacks damage, can't carry, easily gets stunned and blocked. One of the weakest things that people think is strong is Infiltrator Irelia. It's the weakest thing that people think is strong. Stuff like, you know, Rep Buff, Infiltrator Irelia, it's just so weak. But a lot of people think it's good for some reason. As long as a Space Pirate player can farm enough itemizations and find a Gangplank 2-star, he does have a chance to get first place. But he really needs the Gangplank 2-star for sure. Ooh. Is that a Vayne 3-star? Oh man, that's sad. He should not have lost this fight. This fight right here, he should not have lost that. The reason why he lost that was because his items are on Irelia and not Vayne 3-star. Oh man, that's sad. It's sad because it's actually an expected result. Like if you put items on Irelia over Vayne, especially if you have a chance to get Vayne 3-star, you're gonna lose. Man, Infiltrator Irelia is so bad. Like if it's an extra unit, it's nice. Like, you know, I just happen to have a bunch of random, like just like what Kongajiri is doing. I happen to have Infiltrator talents, i.e. Last Whispers. I don't have any good targets. Like I have Zaya 2-star at best. Why not give it to Irelia? That's fine, but it's just so bad. The reason why I'm saying it's bad is because, as I said, this game. Ooh, that's good. That's good. This game is really well researched. It's very logical. Everything is cause and result oriented. So you can just guess exactly what placements these players will get just by what their itemizations, their plays, decisions like can make in the end. If you choose non-meta builds, weak carries, then of course you're just gonna get, like, you're most likely to get, I mean, like, you don't always get that placement. Most likely to get bottom 4 or, you know, at best like 4th or 3rd place. But this is a tournament where you gotta get 1st place. So you can't really go for these weak, insignificant compositions. And that's the thing. And also, a lot of people are just... They're trying to do the old patch 10.13 and below playstyle. They're just itemizing anything early on. And that's also something you gotta avoid, just to save like a 1 or 2 HP. If you want to get like a first place, if you want to get that like a world like a champion spot, you gotta go for the first place like a strategy. It means you gotta go for strongest composition, strongest builds. You can't waste items, like especially components. Like the thing that I hate the most now is people just put slams like bows or like a crit items early on to get that small advantage. And what they do with it is that they realize they can't itemize properly because all their components are split on and used. They can't sell. And that actually happens a lot, like really often. It's really not like Zeroth doesn't do anything here. It's really not that optimal. Currently, this one does have a Rolling Soul 2-star. That's the good news. The bad news is that currently still has Gangplank 1-star. Wait, does he have 60 gold? Oh wow, that's confident. Well, I guess this one should be easy, right? Is it? This one is easy, it seems. Nice. Wow, that was really confident there. He could have just died off with like 60 gold too. Usually very risky because one strong opponent like that Balcast guy over there, and you can just die off without a particular reason. I guess he took a gamble, makes sense. Nice, now he can use his gold. He's actually in a good position now. He just needs to find Gangplank 2-star. And then he has a chance to get first place. Thresh. That's Mana Weavers and Kronos, very good. He just needs to find inventory for that now. He could just throw in Karmas too. Karmas aren't that bad for buying time. Oh, Blade Master at the ready. It's not gonna be easy to one shot like Master Yi. That is for sure. So if the Master Yi does pop off, in a sense, he's going to be very dangerous. But does he win? He does win. Nice. He gets stronger as he keeps on surviving, which is a very good factor. Especially since he's level 9 now. If he finds Gangplank 2-star, he can win. He's gonna buy a bunch of random vanguards for next fight too. Good. He actually might have farmed enough items just to outvalue people with items. We'll see. The scary one should be the Battlecast, but I don't think Darkstar one's scary. Battlecast player should be pretty scary. We'll see. Because he can survive and outstat. The Gangplank can't one-shot all the Battlecast. The Monkey's the good spot for that though. We'll see. We're looking at Hordebi. Currently he is a Darkstar composition. Darkstar, maybe. Oh, that hand is just Vel right there, healing Jhin to the full. Is that a Gangplank on the enemy side? Probably pull from like Thresh. Oof, look at these items. He's actually getting a lot of items, wow. Oh, close. But even if he lost, he wouldn't have died anyways. There's 2 opponents. Oh no, 3 opponents left. What was Chibo Bay? I forgot what it was. I think it was some sort of blaster comp. Oh, another Force of Natures. Wow. He has a lot of items now. He did good dodging the Battlecast composition before he got his itemizations online. That's actually really nice. I don't think he faced the Battlecast guy too much. He faced the Blasters and Blade Master a lot, which is why he could farm the itemization. Oh, one more Gangplank he was. One more Gangplank. One more Gangplank and they can't beat that at that point. It's too much value. Man, these item values right here. Well, he can add whatever he wants in next. He can add 2 Gangplanks if you want to. Ah, the Blaster player again. That's good. That's also a free win. The Blaster player does not have enough damage. And once the Gangplanks go off, the Gangplanks also did not like get shooked. That's even more item. Wow, 4 items. He can actually itemize 2 Gangplanks. Wow, he's getting a lot of items. Usually it's very rare to get so many itemizations from Space Pirates, but wow, this guy is in a really good spot. Like, even if you win, it's really hard to get items like this, but what's happening is that he's facing weaker opponents. Like, there's really strong opponents, there's weaker opponents, right? He faced the weaker opponents first, so, and then he got itemizations almost every fight from those, like, weak opponents. So he can keep on, like, stacking value in that part to go sense. So matchup RNG is also really on his side, too. He just find one more Gangplank, and then he's really safe. Yeah, this is a YouTube game, for sure. It's just too many items. Like, if you itemize this well, then usually at this point it's GG. See, he got this guy last after finding a million items first, right? Woo! This one here needs to reposition, so that the Gangplanks can get much less value. He needs to debate the, ooh, that's GG. Alright, GG. That is game over. Gangplank 2 stars, it's time for overness. Now, as I said, you don't want to keep Malphite here because Gangplank will always get the best, like, ult value. He needs to split his front line into like a degree where Gangplank will only hit like one side of the map while the other side's safe. That's how it goes. But to be honest, like, this is too much of a difference in itemization. He has like what? He has 4, 7, 10, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He has almost 20 completed items, guys, right? The normal number of items you have is 6 by stage 5, right? So at this point, a normal player has 10 items, right? This one has 20 items right now, 20 items. You're supposed to have, I mean, you're supposed to have 10 items by now, 10 to 11, but this guy has, you know, this location on grade is wrong, no. But it doesn't matter. Like, too much of a difference in terms of value. GG. He's smiling because he's like, yeah. Good game. Oh man, that's worth it. That must have been very fun to play for the Space Pirate player. But still, like, I never recommend going for those comps and proceeds. Like, that is ridiculously unlikely to happen, because it's about, number one, you have to get perfect like fight RNG into weak opponents. Number two, you gotta get items from the Space Pirate Series. You don't always get items like that, like especially like 2 to 4 every fight. Like, that's really unlikely too. So the odds of that happening is just really low. But it happens every now and then. Yep, he's a guy that went for 6 chronos too. So he made up for that loss he did in the previous game, which is nice. But very high variance. Like, I don't enjoy playstyles like this. Like 4 Space Pirates, non-meta compositions. Like imagine if I forced Israel 3-star like every single game for that, like a potential in like a tourney stream. Everybody should be stressed. They shouldn't be able to sleep. It's not fun to play against. I don't know. It's not an issue of it being able to play against. I'm talking about professionality right here. Professionality is all about consistency. That comp will never be consistent because of all the RNG it needs to get first place there. It needs you need so many things to work there. So many like low percentage like outs to work for that composition to have decent. Very unlikely to happen. Like, even if he had the same build, like if his matchup RNG was a bit different, he would have died off at 6th or 5th to a certain sense instead of getting first. So it is very inconsistent. So even though it was a win, it didn't really seem like a win to me. Like, it felt like a like a lucky gamble, like more than like a calculated win. So I don't really enjoy like games like that too much. But as like a viewer, like that's a prospect from like a professional. But as a viewer for Space Pirates, a lot of items. That game's crazy. Fun to watch. Alright. As a viewer, it's amazing for sure. Because it's gonna be very entertaining for people to watch too, right? Alright, let's get for our next one then. Feels like 3 games to me. Right? I feel like they played only 3 games. Nothing more than that. Ah, it might be like a point system where if people have 10 points, they can just get first place to end the game too. There might be like a system like that. 팬더랑 놀자 지버베. Alright, 지버베. 지버베 is good. Jibobe did not make any mistakes that I can see of. The previous game was a bit awkward in the fact that I think he could have leveled up a bit faster, but 4th place should have been the normal placement for that game. In a blast attack. Like the only player that I can just, you know, like make no comments on whatsoever, like he should have done this, he should have done that, like is Jibobe so far. Like every other player I can say 1 or 2 things. And maybe Shibagyan, I don't think Shibagyan made any mistakes either, but he got ridiculously unlucky, so I don't really know. To a certain sense. Yeah, it's minimum 10 points you get first 9th place, right? So it's gonna end here. I forgot to change my settings to 1080. It's actually like a Streamlabs settings. Forgot to do that. Ah, Gomgaji with the Zasar. I do enjoy Zasar too. It's very, very nice to get first place with. Well, to be honest, the Battlecast composition from the previous game didn't really fall off. It's just that the opponent... Dude, how are you supposed to beat a guy that's level 9, has 2 Force of Natures, and 18 itemizations at stage 7? You can't beat that. The Battlecast comp was good. Like, it was really, really good. This fun, also considering a Zatek. The reason why they're buying these sides is because that is the easiest to get first place with, in a sense. But I guess in the professional scenes, you have to consider something completely different to go for too. Yeah, he lost, but like every composition loses 1 or 2 fights during the midway, because like he might be saving up gold for level 9, for example. He might be just like I'm saving up at that point too. So what you call it? The composition didn't really fall off. It's just that, and to be honest, his positioning was quite unfortunate, and the itemizations, as I said, wasn't really that optimal because he's not Rune as King. It is generally recommended not to go for stuff like Shivs unless you just want to get 5th place. If you just want top 4, you can go for Shiv, but in tourneys you just gotta get 1st place, so you do not want to go for like a Shiv. Hannah Justice belt on Darius, going for that star, it's pretty nice. Darius, Smork! Smart. Alright. And now the answer, the questions are not silly. It was nice. Oh man, I like that emote. I can just see the eyes shine. I can just feel the excitement. It's a very nice emote. Let's see. Hextech Gunblade and a sword on a fine Twisted Fate. Hextech Gunblade. Ah, this galaxy is the salvage planet. Alright. No wonder. So they're just making any itemizations. Like, honestly, if you make pendants at stage 2, it's an insta loss, most games. But it's the salvage plan, so they can get the items back, thank god. Yes, of course you can spam emotes. We'll see. Currently, Jibobe has a rod, tier, and a sword, huh? A rod, crit item, and a tier, huh? Awkward. I usually don't enjoy those starts where you're offered rod tiers, like in general, because it means mechs are like master snipers, and those compositions are very inconsistent, in my personal opinion. Hard to get the units, very hard to get the units, and you also need like extra like specific items along the way. Nothing can replace blue buff in this game. There is not a single item in the game that can replace blue buff. That's my main issue with blue buff at the moment. And those compositions just force yourself to go for that particular direction. Ludens would have been a stronger choice, I do agree. If he wants to win. That is a good analysis for Agalma. Ludens would have done a lot more damage, save HP, or win fights early on. Since the Zix is disposable anyways. He probably made Jewel Gauntlet because, you know, because like his endgame composition will use Jewel Gauntlet, but this is, as you said, it's the salvage planet, so it is much more better to go for Ludens first. That is actually a correct analysis. Hey Bebe, what do you think about going for lockets in League of Legends solo queue? Lockets? I would go top lane, buy locket of the Iron Solari, don't care about anything else, right? And go to mid lane, gank, just to show them my Solari and go back up to top. I would do that. Yes, yes, I would do that. I would do that for sure. Just to send other people a message. All right. Let's see. Currently in the build so far, nothing is too special. Never forget, you just want to use strong itemizations early. This is a Galaxy where it's okay to itemize early to get the early HP win streak advantage, to a sense. He's fine. Oh, Blade Masters. Good choice. Great choice from Panera Norja. The reason is because Blade Masters have a chance to, as the one of the highest chance to get first place, and it's a composition you can transition into, meaning that you can use all these items. Wait! If you give Poppy rapid fire cannon, she's not gonna tank. Bad choice right there. Like, his backline's gonna go front, right? First, so he's gonna kill the Syndra and Zoe if they don't walk forward. See? That's what happens when you give rapid fire cannon to a tank line. Bro, you didn't have to lose it that hard. That's a kick W, right? Bro, you got too excited watching that. You don't give rapid fire cannon to frontline carry, so. No. XD. Our player got a bit excited. Alright, he got excited. No, right now it's too early to play. Having the Star Guardians with Syndra and Zoe and Poppy 2-star in the front is much stronger than putting the Yi down. So, going for the Star Guardians, right? Ooh, Dudu currently has a really nice streak going on. He has Giant Slayer and Hextech Gunblade. Looks like mechs to me so far. Victor showed up as well. Great starts. This is a very, very good start to have, for sure. He has Shaco for the mech potential later on. Surprised he's not buying Victor. Now, you don't really need Shaco so early on. Usually the Shaco is a support like synergetic unit more than like a main carry. So it is okay to just sell Shaco on too and go for Victor and the Integral at the same time. More than okay, it's actually supposed to be recommended, I feel. Oh, nice win right there. Twist of Fate did not whip. Great win. Not buying Victor? Oh, he's not buying Victor. I guess he has other plans in mind. Makes sense because Victor... Oh, wait. No. Victor's too important if he's going for mechs. Is he not going for mechs then? I guess he has a completely different build in mind. Alright. Let's see what he builds into. Dark Stars with those items don't work. Those are not. Oh, wait, never mind. Sword Bow. No, this is Salvage Planet. Sword Bow. Dark Stars don't work without Jarvans for those, though. No, you have to go for like a Protects first. Sword Bow. Yeah, it's Sword Rod. Sword Bow, Sword Rod. Sword Bow, Sword Rod. Eh, well, let's just see what it goes. Nice. These Master Yi items are so good. What the? Dude, this guy. If he just finds Master Yi 2-star like fast enough, this guy's gonna win. Oh, that's a nice Jewel Gauntlet already. I really wish he put the Bobby in front and just gave up on Solari value at this point. He doesn't need to put in Shen yet either. It's fine. Jewel Gauntlet. Make Jewel Gauntlet. It's fine. Well, to be fair, Ionix is stronger. Yeah, Ionix is a better itemization. The reason why I made Jewel Gauntlet is because, you know, it is Master Yi in the behind. So he's just itemizing pre-hand. It's a habit type of thing. If the Bebe doesn't tank, the reason why this is really huge is because if the Bebe doesn't tank, his Star Guardians doesn't get mana. The Bebe in the front being the main tank gives the Star Guardians mana, that's why it's good. He should also be able to click the Bebe too, so you can sell it anyways. Like, in a Blade Master comp, you don't want to take this much damage. Like, you want to minimize damage and take at this point in the game, so I really wish he positioned properly. And I try to minimize it to a degree. He's not minimizing it. He's actually maximizing it, to be completely honest. I think he's maximizing it, but it's fine. Right now it's okay to put Master Yi in, and the reason is because he has Jewel Gauntlet and Last Whispers, not Last Whispers, and Rapid Fire Cannon at the same time. So the Master Yi actually has enough damage, more than his Star Guardian tech. And the reason behind that is because he gave Bebe a Rapid Fire Cannon. He looks at the other player. Is that a Blade Master? Oh, the opponent could also go for Blade Master too, I guess, but no, he's still thinking about it. I like the shift tech choice. His item choice is really good from Tutu. Those are really good items to go for in this galaxy. He should be thinking of direction yet though at the moment, which is nice. Okay, yeah, now. Karma. Currently looking at shipping at the moment. Star Guardians with these gauntlet. He has these gauntlet to give Shroud or another evasion item to Nika, so his front line's gonna be very tanky. But he's taking a lot of damage, no tears, no Syndras, meaning that he's not in a good spot. He needs to high roll pretty hard soon in order to save a lot of HP and get the advantage, but I don't know if he can do that. We'll see. That looks like a losing Star Guardian, like a build. Usually, winning Star Guardian builds have War Moths in the front to save a lot of damage during the early mid game. So it looks like a losing build to me so far. We'll see. Nice, taking a lot less damage. Great loss streak, but still the situation is bad. What everything here. Bows for the Blade Master player too. So the Blade Master player is in a good spot right now. He has a perfectly itemized Master Yi, a perfectly itemized one. Wait, did he make Rabadons instead of Jewel Gauntlets, or am I missing it? For those who don't know, Jewel Gauntlets is ridiculously incomparably better than Rabadons. Unless your opponent has Bramble Vest. There's not a single Bramble Vest in this lobby yet, I think. Well, they could make one eventually, but Jewel Gauntlet is better, period, than Rabadon. So Rabadon is not that good of an item. But I guess he doesn't waste any rots that way. So I guess that's there. Oh, another Star Guardian player, huh? This one has a Bramble Vest ready for on that Jarvan. He used the red buff early on, take less damage. Okay, so he makes the Bramble Vest early on, gives up on the Javaruni. I don't really like giving up the Javarunis, but I guess he had to. Shiba getting leveled up because he realized that he was ridiculously weak, so he needs to find some upgrades to stabilize. But man, this guy is low rolling the entire day. I swear, he low rolled every single game. Bad upgrades, bad itemizations. Lost streak into that too. That should be a Hand of Justice once he sells the Ari. He's gonna sell the Ari for 2 crit items. That could be Shroud into Hand of Justice, that could be Trap Claw into Hand of Justice. He could get a tier 2, I guess, but looks like a Hand of Justice to me. He just needs to find a Nika 2-star, then he can stabilize, but this is not a first place comp usually. Like he needs to high roll much harder to get first place. Soraka. Yes, Soraka. Take out the Bebe, put the Soraka and Karma in for the Mystic synergy. Good. Kongo Jerry currently going for a Chrono Protector comp. I love this comp a lot. This composition just goes up all the way to level 9 while using your Chronos early mid to save a lot of HP. I prefer these items to be on the Twisted Fate SET, making Zross not that bad on Jarvan too. I think that would be much more useful. It's a Jarvan Hybrid Carry comp. Pandora and Nords are taking a lot of damage. He's trying to go for first place, but I feel like he took a lot of unnecessary damage. I feel he should be much higher than that. We'll see though. This one's in a good spot once he finds Mastery 2-star. And then he's gonna keep on winning. The reason is because his itemizations are very nice. If your items are nice, it doesn't matter what you do. Like regarding that. See, he's gonna hit level 7 next round, then he has some luxury to roll. If he finds Master Yi by then he's gonna stay at 40 HP, alright, while being allowed to like stay at 50 gold too. If he finds it slowly, then he'll take a lot more damage, maybe go down 30 or 20, but it's still fine. The issue is that this comp doesn't really win every single fight. It's you know, yes, it does win fights, but not every single fight to a degree. So if you go down to 20 or like 10, you can still lose without getting first. Wow. Wow, great. So Trap Claw and Shroud in front of me is Tanky Shen. Nico means early Master Yi, and he got it. Roll twice. Roll once more. Wow, roll once more. Yasuo. Alright. Now you can just Nico the Master Yi and chill. No, chill. Save economy. Chill. Stop rolling. Sir, you can stop rolling now, please. No, don't use all your gold. Please stop. Okay. Please don't use all your gold. Good. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I was so terrified for a moment. Putting in the echo is not that bad either at this point. You lose the game if you use all your gold early on. No, it doesn't matter if he has 5 Blade Master. The moment he has Mastery 2, so I can save HP. He's at 48 HP. He needs to win every single fight. He needs to go for the strongest comp. You don't waste gold after you don't take damage. Like, rolling is very, very simple, guys, right? The rule is very simple. You roll till you're strong enough to not take damage. Then you stop rolling, right? Like, if you roll down to 40 gold, found your upgrades, and this is enough to not take damage, then you can chill and eco back up, and you get the extra gold anyway, right? You don't roll down all just to find like everything you want. Like rolling here, no, rolling soul's nice. Rolling here, will just only make his like a mastery like a 3-star show up a bit later. It's desperate rolling. It's not necessary rolling. It's desperate rolling. He's doing it because he's scared and he's not evaluating his objective battle power to well enough. That's how it goes. No, it's not that 5 BMs are strong enough. The Master Yi 2-star with the rapid fire cannon, Runance, and Pad is good enough for now to not take like a 20 damage at once. The goal is to not take 20 damage per fight, that's all. You can still lose a fight because you don't know what your opponents have, but you're not going to take like too much damage, that's the issue. Like, look at how the fights go. He won both fights, but the last 20 golds of rerolls didn't matter, so he lost around he already lost around like a 4 interest gold. Well, his HP total is the same in the end, right? That's how it's supposed to go. We'll see though. You don't waste economy in Blade Master comps. It's not a good thing to do. You have to evaluate your battle power objectively as possible, so you can maximize economy. He played a bit scared to find 6 Blade Masters. He could do so if he didn't have the perfect atomizations of Master Yi. Yes, he could. But since his items were perfect, he didn't really have to. What is this one going for? Horde Epi currently has Hextech Gunblade, Morello Nomicons, Sword, Bow. Ew, he's low rolling. His items are pretty bad. Manjesong currently going for Darius, 4 Vanguards, 2 Mystics. Ew, this composition is horrible. What? And a Teemo in the back. Wow. This one looks like a level 9 comp to me. But he's not going to hit level 9 in time, is he? I guess he could. He needs level 9 to find tier 5. That's what his direction is. Vanguards are useless. Never use Vanguards in this case scenario. Like, they're just eating his economy. The 4 Vanguards does nothing after stage 4. What else? Let's see here. Yasuo. He is ecoing up back, that's nice. He went for a spatula to get a chance to find the Eold. I guess he's rolling down to 30. No more than that though. To find the Eold like a Blade Master on Zed. Blade Master Zed is a small mini win condition too. Surprised he's not using these 2 items, the Trap Claw because it is good enough front line to get him the advantage. He doesn't really want to lose any fights after after this point. Most likely Guardian Angel, Hextech Gunblade. Morello Namikaze can work onto the Wukong too if he wants to. But this is not a real comp, it's a fake comp. 4 Vanguards. If you still have 4 Vanguards at stage 4 or 5, it means you lost this game. Unfortunately, that's what it means. You should not have 4 Vanguards at this point. So this one's gonna lose this game. His composition is just really unlucky. He wasn't offered anything. A bit of this, a bit of that, all under-upgraded, horrible itemization setup. This one has actually very okay-ish itemizations. Guardian Angels, Quicksilvers, and Ios and Nico, that's actually really good. Giant Slayer, a Rod ready for like Cinder 2, so his comp is okay. I guess he kept in the Boppy for 6-star Guardians? Is that 6? Pandora knows that we're going for a 6 Blade Master ticket already. That's good. I guess he found 6 Blade Masters like recently. With the Riven Cronus Surge as well too. He's strong. This one should die now, right? Who's the opponent? Oh, he can beat this opponent. Oh, but the positioning from the opponent's pretty nice. Ah! Nice pull onto the Victor. Thank God it didn't hit the karma. It didn't hit the karma there. We got hard counter mix, so this is good in that sense. Okay, Shen at the ready too. Sword is, wow, that is really nice. He actually managed to find the Blade Man special for Zed. It means that he can also use Zed 3-star and maintain on the build, and it's going to be very, very strong and useful. That's good. Aurelion is sold ready too. This guy's in a very good spot right now. Roll. He doesn't really need Aurelion though, because he did find the Blade Man special for his find Zed. He can also roll to find Zed 3-star. It's not that bad. It could also be the appropriate time for the other players in the lobby dies too, because your odds of finding something in the lobby is maximized. Trap Claw on Zed also works well because it does allow your Zed to survive 1 team ult. There are team ult players in the lobby as well too. And he has currently 7 Zeds, 6 Yasuos, and 6 Master Yis. Means that he can find all of the 3-stars. This seems so much better than the Chinese finals. I don't know, like, I haven't watched like a lot of games in a long time, but the quality of this game is not really that high, I have to say. Like, to be honest, when I check game number 1, game number 2, like, the quality of Korean players in my opinion is really high. They're really smart, they experiment the game a lot, they invest a lot more time than other people. So Korea does have one of the world's best like players for sure in terms of research and development. But these like 4 game sets are really low quality, I have to say. Oh, he missed the Zed. He's rolling all in right now because he's very close. Makes sense. Probably stays at 20. I don't think he wants to roll more, does he? 10 at least. Oh, the gameplay's coming up at the ready. Manjusong going for a 4 Space Pirate Tech. Another Space Pirate Tech, huh? This one is not farming as well because this time they have a Nico in the front. Nico is also really good against Space Pirates in that sense. Manjusong needs to find some really good opponents and some and some itemizations. But he can't do as well as the previous game because right now the players in this lobby aren't really that weak. He has a Thresh 2-star though, he's level 9. I just realized that. Youch. Now I think about it, he did rush level 9. Yasuo 3-star ready. He needs... Okay, 1 more Shen, 2 more Ys, 3 more Zeds. Did he sell a Zed for that, actually? Oh, he sold a Zed. I feel like he all-in a bit fast. Feels like a bit of panic. I just don't think he'd do like all-in that fast. Because it's mostly about getting first place. Oh, is that a golden Nico? Oh, no, that's not a golden Nico. Okay. Everybody in this lobby is fairly strong. So it should be hard for the spacebar like player to like eco as well as he did in the previous time. He does need another Blade Master itemization, so probably any DPS item like or a tank item could be fine. Hannah Justice looks really good too. All of them are fine. Like IE, Giant Slayer, Wormout. This is a real good carousel. Everybody can get anything. That's a burning Nico. I have no idea what this guy's going for, the first place guy. So I can't really say anything about items. Space Piratus. Force of Nature, yeah. Wait, is that Blastus? I guess he has a blast in the back. Shojin's on to the Janna. That's a good itemization set right there. Shibaga actually managed to hit level 8 and find Janna as full composition ready. Let's see how far this can get. This is an okay comp, but it's not like a first place guaranteed comp. It has many limitations still. He's fighting really well. Is it enough? Hit by Shaco. Oh, it is a Dark Star comp. Okay. Blade Master Gangplank, unlucky there with the atomization. Another Star Guardian tech here with Jean a 2-star, Lulu 2-star too, but it does not seem as strong. Must be cut. So I lose the other Star Guardian player. Bloodthirst is a really good item for Zed right there. It's gonna give him a lot of sustainability. Okay, now let's see if he can find the other two Blade Master at the ready. Now this is time to like all in. You want all in before your opponents die, and you want to save HP if you can at this point. Oh, almost a Shaco 3-star. You got a lot of economy on this side. That's what Dark Stars can do. They can save you enough economy just to level 9, and that's what I'll try to do. All in. Every single point of gold, you all in here. It doesn't matter if they show up or not. Ooh. That's worth it. Beautiful. Alright, just in time too. The opponent will be a Space Pirate tech. Jinx 2 start the raid too. Give Bloodthirster to Jinx. He should give Bloodthirster and a sword to Jinx too. Surprised he's not giving the item. Or did he think it wouldn't matter? Oh, Space Pirate player still alive. Darkstar player doing well. Honga Jerry wait for like Astro Snipers. One of the weaker composition unless you... Astro Sniper is strong if you high roll all the 4 costs. Then it's strong. But until that point, it is relatively weak god. This guy's gonna get first place. I think this guy and Chibobe is gonna go in. I think that's how it goes. He's not using his other items. Interesting. Surprised they're saving items at the moment. Is he waiting for a component? I mean, just making a Jewel Gauntlet is fine too. Star Guardian going down. So now it's going to be a 1v1 versus Darkstars and Blade Masters. Thankfully the Blade Master player does not have Quicksilver, so he can maybe Zephyr it to a sense. Zephyr that or the Zed to a sense. But Shen 3-star, Yasuo 3-star. The Blade Master player should level up too to get the numbers advantage. You don't want to get outnumbered versus Darkstars. You want something that can be a bullet shield for Jin or the other card in the way. Just a bit more in the front. Shaco's gonna hit the Fiora. It's gonna ult there. Nice. It means that the Master Yi is safe. The Shen did buy a lot of time, but the Jin is actually safe to attacking from a distance. Looks good. He should have leveled to not get outnumbered. He's also too clumped up in a way that'll take too much damage too. Zephyr is really important. Zephyr is the most important out there. Always Zephyrs. Quicksilver has 2 components, a bow and a crit item, so that can be these gauntlets. Yes, you can't do that here. You should level up, add something in. He should also consider splitting the Zed and the Fizz so he can assassinate the Jin. I'm really surprised he's not touching the Jin at all with his Zed or his infiltrators. If the Zed's on the right, Fizz should be on the left, for example. That's how it's supposed to go. Oh, Shaco was actually on the Master Yi. That's good. Yeah. The Blade Master is not really weaker, and neither is the Darkstar player. They just need to position properly. So this is actually gonna be a deserved first place for whoever gets first place here. It's 100% positioning. This is just positioning like issues right here. They need to outposition out Zephyrs. Like, he needs to focus on killing Zed, not floating him. If killing Jin, I mean. Jin and Shaco is the only carries on this side. Really surprised he's, you know... Oh, he didn't make these gauntlet. I thought he made these gauntlet early on. Has a Neko, that's good though. Oh no, he did make these gauntlet onto the Rakan. Conveniences to Cloak. King's not that important. This is 100% positioning, this fight. Yaha, that Shaco. Think it work? The opponent still didn't level. I don't like that. He's not leveling because I guess he wants to find Z 3-star, but Hand of Justice. No, Infinity Edge on Yasuo. He should have leveled up a long time ago, to be honest. And added in more features that can maybe stun Shaco. And instead of floating Jhin, he should kill Jhin. He can just kill Jhin, to be honest. Ooh, you found it? No, he should position. No, he should position now. Float something meaningful. He's not moving Shaco at all, right? Like he's barely moving Shaco to a degree. He can just follow that. Nice. Shen is buying a lot of time. That's good. This is how it should have been for the past 3 fights in a row, to be honest. They both need to be very careful now. Oh, that's huge. Now he needs a Shaco. That Shaco can kill everything now. That is huge. He can consider splitting Zed. Like, I would just ignore Rebel Synergy, to be honest. You don't need Rebel Synergy at this point. Oh. Okay. His Zed's in the perfect position now, right? He didn't waste a position whatsoever. Wait, Shen is stuck. Wow, GG. Close. Almost there, almost. Oh, made it disappear. Close to my field. Good play from the Blade Mouse. As we said, guys, this guy was gonna get first place, right? He had a slight advantage, but it was 100% position at that point. The other guy didn't position at all. I think he was thinking of just the composition a bit more. His Zed was completely exposed. If the Darkstar player moved Zed towards the left side, then he would have won. Second place didn't use Zephyr, made sense. He could have gotten both Yi and Zed, and his Jhin would have cleaned up too. Or he could have gotten Shen too. Shen would be a better pickup because he can just kill all the backline too. Does that make sense? Dude, he just earned $10,000. Of course he's happy. 근데 마지막은 진짜 배치 싸움이다 보니까 이거는 어쩔 수가 없어요. 아쉽긴 한데 배치를 조금만 더 신경 썼으면 이겼거든요. 1등으로 이겼어요 분명히. 진을 그냥 왼쪽으로 이동만 했으면 됐으니까. 그래서 좀 되게 뭐 할 말이 없죠 이거는. 잘했는데 좀 할 말이 좀 없긴 하네요. 아쉽다고 하긴 좀 애매하고. 왜냐면 저 배치는 둘 다 서로한테 꿀리는 뭐 검사가 조금 더 세긴 한데 꿀리는 조합이 아니다 보니까 그냥 무조건 배치거니 무조건 배치. 그래 좀 아쉽긴 해요. 아쉽다기보다는 조금 할 말이 없긴 해. 할 말이. 진을 좌배치했었으면 이겼습니다. 그 싸움, 방금 그 싸움. English, please. I said I love you guys. Right. So is Bebe and Pender on Norta? Great. Bebe is a really good player too, so it is understandable. It was very close. What's the format for winning? No idea. Alright. We saw all 3. That is it. Commentary over. I'm tired. Let's play some games.